Hi everyone, it's Sunday, January 26th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. It was a quieter week everywhere in the Hyde market, with most Chinese customers having wound down their business for the New Year holiday this week. The number of bids was decidedly lower. No sellers reported any big trading, but then offers were pretty slim as well. This week we also were keeping an eye on China because of the coronavirus, which led to the quarantine of Wuhan, which is home to many major auto factories. And so now they're saying that these issues are reportedly beginning to have some economic effects, but we're going to have to wait and see how the situation develops with this virus. In the U.S. market, with regard to regular weight heavy Texas steers, there were few sales reported, but the one that came in was $1 higher than last week at $29 on 66.68 pounds. As for the cow market, interest slowed a bit due to the holiday period, but dairy cow hides were still seeing decent interest at steady prices. Premium selections were also still in good demand. U.S. slaughter for the week was quite high at an estimated 647,000, which is up over last week's 631,000. With regard to the export figures, they too were higher and higher than anyone had expected, with both sales and shipments coming in up over slaughter for the corresponding week. Combined sales were 661,000 and shipments were 638,900. And producers are going to need to see good levels like this for a number of weeks in order to keep their positions, so this bears watching as well. In our observations this week, we depart from the usual market analysis, and we have a tribute to founder Don Osmond that was written by guest editor Craig Rolson. Actually, Don wrote his last U.S. Weekly Report exactly a year ago. Looking at South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports from Brazil that both raw material and TR1 prices are very firm. Fresh hides are at 57 cents in reals per kilo, which is 14 U.S. cents. TR1 is up to 60 U.S. cents per square foot, with heavier selections accordingly higher. In other news from Brazil, we have an item on the traceability platform that JBS has introduced, as well as an item on Brazil's efforts in growing their footwear sales in the U.S. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina instituted some changes in import licensing that has now caused concerns among footwear exporters to Argentina, like Brazil. In Mexico, media are reporting that Guanajuato's footwear exports have decreased, and in Uruguay, last year. Moving over to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo says that again this week, prices for a number of selections across the European market were higher. English 36 plus ox was firmer at 83 pence per kilo, while in Ireland the price was stable at 85 cents in euros. The cow market was one of the segments to see more increases this week. Some of the origins were stable and others added on to last week's higher levels. For bulls, prices on some origins are higher, and Andrea anticipates that new price levels for bulls will be established at Lineapel. In his analysis this week, Andrea looks at the current price fluctuations, what's causing them, and he also analyzes what's going on in each of the destinations for leather and what's likely to happen between now and Lineapel, which is just a month away. So that's all we have for today, and until next week, good night from HideNet.